Hello, Gormlins. Welcome to another Gorm Show. I'm your host, Gormy. Well, this week we're back in our usual time slot on Friday night, so that's good. And we had the Scottish parliamentary elections this week. A little known fact, also the animal parliament elections were on this week, so I was out voting for my local constituent tortoise. Free hoosing for everyone, that's the party policy, the Tortoise Party. Anyway, so when I was queuing up to vote, I saw this guy pulling a wheelie on a bike. I thought it was very, very impressive until he fell off. And that reminded me, what's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? A tyre! Well, that's enough nonsense for me this week. Enjoy the show. Don't forget to hit the like button. Send your emails to thegorms@gmail.com. And I'll see you all later. Bye!
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello. How's everyone doing?
Dreadful.
Hello, everyone. We're here.
It is Friday, the 7th of May, and you've tuned in to the incredible, the wonderful live event that is the Gorms stream. Occasionally called the Gorms show, but we're going with the Gorms stream at the moment. If we move back to our unscheduled Saturday appearances, then we might change the name up. I am, of course, your returning Friday night messiah, the Gorms. I'm Stewart, the Gorms, and joining me, as always, are my deputies in the Gorms department. First up, the wonderful Jack. Just going to hold it there. The wonderful Jack. How are you, Jack? You're in your Arctic studio, I see.
I'm here. Got Bruce Willis in with me today. He's
amazing.
Bruce Willis.
He's doing his follow-up album to, the one that we've all seen. This one here. He's doing his follow-up to that, and he thought that it'd be good to work with me. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, cracking. Well, I'm excited for that. Bruce Willis always when he's in good form, he's always good. When Die Hard 4.1 or whatever came out, he was a bit down on that. A great YouTube video I watched of him on Good Morning Britain when he was a bit scatterbrained at the best of times, old Bruce Willis. So I'm sure you're having fun there. Meanwhile, what was that? Did I hear a little voice there? Could it possibly be Duncan Knight?
It is indeed. Still here. I didn't go anywhere this week. I just put up a picture behind me because it was safer than going outside. Everybody's started to go to the pub again, and it was getting a bit scary. So I thought I'd stay inside this week and play bagpipes.
Good idea.
Honestly.
I've got my mask on. And well, I'm interested to know who that is that is posing behind you with the camera. But no doubt we'll get to that in good time.
We will get to
now,
that.
Jack, you're in the Arctic studio.
Maybe just skip that. I don't need to hear about that.
If anybody
but anyway, how's everyone? How's all the Gormlins doing?
Let's go over to go live to Duncan in the Gormling incoming news department. Duncan, we got any drive time viewers who are tuned in this evening?
We do. Ken's here. Brenacht and fellow Gormlins, I hope everyone had a great week. I'm a bit depressed. My memory foam pillow forgot my name. Didn't stop me though. Well, good lad. I hope you bought us dinner afterwards.
Welcome back, Ken.
Ken's here. He has a guest with him. I have a guest with me today. My bonny mate has a wee crush on Gormy. She thinks his sense of humour is really cute. Well, I mean, he is really cute. He's a wee tortoise that that hangs about with me. So, of course.
There you go. There we go. Well, good to have you in, Ken, and your friend. And sorry, was that Pascal Battaglia I was hearing there?
Yes,
Welcome
indeed.
back, Pascal.
Yes, hello
Welcome.
everybody. Good to be here on Friday with you. Caroline Lee Smith's here. Ken, you didn't ken your name. It's Ken. Greetings to you and your mate. Trisha D. Hall Newland's in the house. Happy Friday to all the Gormkin.
Hello.
Who else is here? David Lee Smith is here. Of course.
Hello.
And thanks for the soliloquy that you sent us last week. We figured out where it's from, and we'll hopefully do something with that at some point. When I say we, I mean Stu, obviously. He says, anyway, hello Gormies, Cúd Falcha. 100,000 welcomes to you too.
Indeed.
Daniel Spees here. Happy Friday, Gormlands. Tony Campbell, hello, can't stay. I'm off to run errands. Nice mask, Stu. Talk to you later. It is a nice mask.
It is. Well, you've got to
Thank
wear.
you.
You've got to be safe at the moment, so
Yeah.
Well,
always,
I've come
always wear a
back.
mask.
I'm back in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. So surrounded by people now. It's not like being up at the cat and dog homes. You've got to have all the protection on. And folks, if you have just tuned in for the first time, welcome, of course, to all our returning guests. But for the thousands of drive time viewers who are tuning in on Tinder and Grindr, well, what you're listening to, we're a group of Scottish musicians, brothers, a family that has been playing music in Edinburgh my brothers have been playing music in Edinburgh for about 20 years. I've been playing as soon as I was old enough, so past 5 years or so. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic here in Scotland, there's a terrible outbreak of willy warts, which has been doing the rounds, and it means that music has been banned. Music, of course, and jubilation always goes hand in hand with the willy warts. So that's off limits at the moment. So instead, we've been doing these immensely popular live streams on the internet. If you've just joined us, well, all I can say is go back and watch the past 20 plus episodes back to back in a row, take some magic mushrooms, and things should work out for the positive for you there. Jack.
Yes.
Jack, I wonder if you've got any music for our viewers this evening. Anything you've got lined up for us?
I do.
Maybe
I've
a band
got
from Edinburgh.
some on the decks. I'll be spinning some McPherson's Rant tonight.
Person's rant.
I think someone asked for that last week, so
They did,
I
they did.
searched through the Gorms archive, and I found some footage of us playing in Fiddlers in Bonn in Germany, and there's some McPherson's Rant there, and another song for later as well. So,
Wow, what a show we have lined up for tonight then. Well, in that case, I'd love to hear this rendition of McPherson's Rant. It's one of my favourites. It's one that we sometimes play. And who's going to be playing this copy of McPherson's Rant? An Edinburgh band, I'd imagine, a local act.
I think so. The Gordons, I think, did a version of that. Yeah.
Oh, the Gordons.
I believe the
Fantastic.
Goms may have as well.
Mm.
And possibly the True Gents, although that may have just been a mix-up.
Mm. Anyway, here you are, McPherson's Rant. No one's seen or heard this video before, so here you go.
Farewell, farewell, take me. very much, folks. How you doing over there at the back?
Wonderful.
How you doing over there at the front?
All good.
Hey, how we doing over there in the cheap seats? The noisiest of all.
Oh, yes. Concrete Bob
How'd you like that?
with Robert Mackenzie. Is that right? McPherson.
Well, surely his name is McPherson rather than Mackenzie, but
McPherson's rant about Robert Mackenzie.
Definitely. But speaking of weird individuals, Duncan, you got any emails to read out to us today?
I do.
Just once to your personal page.
Not those ones again. So we got an email from Ken who mentioned his new recipe for Cranachan scones last week, and I believe I saw in the chat that Daniel's already messaged them to get that. But anyway, his email says, "Hi gents, here is a photo and recipe I developed for the scones I discussed on Saturday. I know the recipe is too long to share on your stream, but share the photo, and if anyone wants the recipe, feel free to share it, or they can DM me on Facebook. Cheers, see you tomorrow evening," which is obviously today. So I'm going to put that photo up, and for the people who watch us on YouTube, if you can email us and we'll share it to you. And yeah, if anyone else wants it, they can contact us or Ken, who will share the recipe. And this is what they look like. I'll try and get
You're in the way, Duncan.
They look pretty awesome, I have to say.
Yeah, they look good.
So
is that the
thanks for
ones that
Ken.
Ken made, or is that just a
I believe so, yeah.
just a sort of
he's
representation?
Got a recipe here and instructions, so you can reproduce these in your own kitchen. Let me go back to my friend.
So who is that behind you, Duncan?
Well, why don't we ask the audience? Oh, did I just close the wrong thing? No, here we are. Let's ask the audience. Who is that, and why is the 7th of May and that photo connected? Let us know in the comments if you've got any idea.
Hey, great. And do we have any comments to get to, Duncan?
We do have comments. No answers to that question yet, but let's see who else is in. David Lee Smith said, "Stewart as Quint, a casting made in heaven." And all of a sudden my video went, are we still streaming? Because, there we go.
We're still streaming, Duncan.
Sorry, I had a bit of a technical issue, the video went away.
It's live.
I thought we may have disconnected. Anyway, but where was I? Ken says, "It's like Dia de los Muertos. I'm afeared." David Lee Smith asking, Stuart, is that a stuffed Corby on your bookshelf?
That is
It is. This is Antwerp. He's a stuffed Corby, and we also have Antwerp's dad over here, he's not doing too good, but it is. That's right, David.
Excellent. Corby, of course, being is it basically any member of the Corbid family? Crows, ravens, rooks, all that.
I don't know. I'm not a geologist, Duncan.
Okay. Paul Puke says, "Greetings from your German folks, Andy, Svenja, Sandra, and Mark." Hello,
you doing?
everyone.
Guten Tag.
We'll see you soon-ish. I've forgotten what date we see you, but we're looking forward to it anyway.
Indeed.
Sorry, I kind of
I
stalled.
hope you're all
It's
having a good night tonight.
When is it we see them again? I've forgotten already. Oh dear. My memory's like a sieve these days.
You're a busy man, Duncan. You're a busy man.
Daniel Sunday.
Hey, I hope you're all having a good time tonight, though, and enjoying this incredible show.
Absolutely. Daniel Sunday has a question. Would the Gorms consider a cover of Reductio ad Absurdum from Sector Rouge? I just can't seem to get it out of my head. Is that something we
that
could
would
do?
be quite strange. That would be quite a kind of Inception moment there. Yeah, good band. Check them out. A band called Sector Rouge. I'll say no more, but yeah, they feature a vocalist and a guitarist that you might recognise. But I don't think we'll do a cover.
I've got nothing to add to that if you're waiting for me.
I don't think we'll do a cover of that.
Not unless we do it as a teaser. But then Daniel might be the only one that would get it.
Based on a Philip K. Dick book, that one.
Which book? I don't.
All right, well, let's move on from that. Dead air. Thank you for that, Daniel Sunday.
Ken also... Oh, wait a minute, I've skipped one. David Lee Smith says, "Oh, Ken, you've got a monster sporran. I believe it's made from the pelt of the giant Scots fox, a rare animal only seen in the bins about the tenements of Leith."
I see them every night, these foxes.
And also, they seem to be on fire a lot of the time. Or is that the bins? I can't remember.
Well, you seem to be around whenever that happens. I don't know why.
Yeah, suspicious. Suspicious that someone that lives close to the bin on fire might be a suspect. Along with the other 10,000 people in the same place. Ken has a question. Gents, what is the common theme of vids that YouTube suggests to you?
Sporrans and how to wear a sporran.
How to wear a sporran? Well, you do have a very slim waist, Jack. You know, it's always been one of my only concerns about it.
It's a
so
diverse,
you need a little bit of guidance for that.
A diverse kind of a wide variety of subjects that I'm into. and science fiction book reviews, like this book here. I like this. Let's see if I can get the.
Oh, Never Nero.
I can't really get a good light here, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
look at this creature.
Neutron Star by Never Nero.
I just like the cover.
£2. I love putting stickers on it. £2, what a deal.
And that's it, really.
What about you, Duncan? You're a YouTube buff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I use it mainly for watching music videos. So mainly I get suggested loads of random music videos of genres that I'm into, which is basically everything. So it's a bit of a mess, really. There's lots of German medieval metal, that's for sure, and random like electro stuff.
Actually, a lot of videos on how to do. I like I like a lot of videos about how to do live streams and stuff. That's what I have to do.
I get Ableton tutorials a lot in my suggested videos, and these are the ones that I should be watching. To be fair, nobody knows who this person behind me is.
Barry Maguire. Suckers. I know, you told me earlier.
I did tell you earlier.
No one's got it yet.
No one's got it yet. Well, it's alright. I can change the picture and give folk a clue. The gentleman in the picture is Japanese. He is unfortunately no longer with us.
Corona?
No, not Corona. He died several years ago. But he was born on the 7th of May, 1911, which is 110 years ago.
Wow.
Let me see if I can get a photo that might give you a little bit more a clue as to who he was.
Oh. So that's him on the left, is it?
Worked on Jurassic Park here.
Something like that.
Gremlins.
Do you rate the new Jurassic Parks, Jack?
Nobody knows.
New Jurassic Park films. Do you like them?
There's one called Jurassic Universe. I don't know if it's part of the same canon.
I've not heard of that one.
I think it's a B movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I put it.
Sounds irrelevant to the conversation. So I like the. I've not seen.
Do you like the one when they're in Zorbs?
Yeah, I've not seen the most recent Jurassic Park, but I've seen the one before it, and they were in those Zorb things.
You don't even know them.
And
you saw the one with the Zorbs.
Yeah, and they'd made a new dinosaur that was more of a genetic mixture of all the different ones, and Tyrannosaurus Rex was more
They're always
a
doing
goodie.
that, though.
I suppose so, but
He was a goodie, wasn't he? Yeah, the T-Rex was a goodie. That was much better. Okay, good.
Okay.
Jurassic Universe, Duncan, honestly.
Caroline and Amy got it. It's Ishiro Honda, and it isn't Jurassic Park. He is, of course, the creator of Godzilla.
there
So
we
that
go.
is, it's got absolutely nothing to do with the Gorms stream, but he was born this day 110 years ago, and Godzilla's awesome. So.
Got to have a bit of trivia.
Here we are.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Ishiro Honda.
Happy birthday, Ishiro Honda.
Woo! A little explosion there.
Could we have maybe?
Right there.
Did he? I mean, I get he directed the original Godzilla, and that's really cool, and much respect to him. But I must say, if he didn't direct the 1990s Godzilla with Matthew Broderick,
Matthew
You know,
Broderick and
it's not really the same.
Jean Reno and Jamiroquai at the start or the end, or this would be him here, would it?
that's the one. There's the real Godzilla. There we are.
Ferris
Matthew
Bueller.
Broderick.
He did he kill a guy in Donegal? Is that right? Accidentally.
Allegedly.
Who, Godzilla?
Let's cover ourselves here.
No, Matthew Broderick.
Oh, I don't know.
Allegedly, yeah. Well, it's funny because I actually have here the most recent copy of a British newspaper, and look at that. It's got
Oh, what?
Godzilla on the front of it as well.
What a coincidence. What a coincidence.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Monster fight. I don't know
Cummings
who that
versus
is.
Johnson.
It's not Mothra. Cummings
It's,
versus, yeah, obviously. I don't know which one's Cummings. The lizard, probably. Do you know who that is, Duncan?
What, the big the
I
big
don't.
ape on the right hand side?
Yeah.
I
Ah,
believe
Donkey
he's
Kong.
the king of the jungle
Look
or
at that.
something,
Look
is
at
he?
that nose.
Oh, I know.
Could be Tarzan. Oh,
But
well,
on-
I'll tell you, I'm tired out. Is there any chance we
think-
can get a little bit of music now?
I was going to say that.
Music, that'd be good.
Can we play that song from the Godzilla 98 soundtrack? Or will we get our stream taken down if we do that? Probably. Let's play a Gorms song. So we've got The Old Maid in the Garret
going
from
deeper
the
underground.
newest album.
All right.
Here you go, Old Maid in the Garret.
What a segue.
Well, it's often been said by my father and my mother that the Gante a wedding is a mac and so another. Well, if this be true, I will gang with you to bidden. Oh, kind Providence, won't you send me to a wedding? And it's so dear me. How will it be if I die in old maid in the garret? Well, there's my sister Jean. She's not handsome or good looking, scarcely 16, and a fellow she was courting. Now she's 23, she has a son and a daughter. Here am I, 45, and I've never had an offer, and it's so dear me. How will it be if I die an old maid in the garret? I can cook, I can clean, I can keep your house all tidy. Rise up in the morning and get your porridge ready. There's nothing in this world that would make me quite as cheery as a wee fat manny that would call me his old dearie. And so dear me, how will it be if I die an old maid in the garret? So come ladsman, come pittsman, come tinker or come tailor, come ploughboy or dancer, come soldier or come sailor, come rich man, come poor man, come fool or come witty, come any man at all that will marry me for pity. And so dear me, how will it be if I die an old maid in the garret? Well, I'm away hame because nobody's heeding to poor old Annie's pleading. I'll just get back home to my wee bitty garret. If I can't have a man, well, I'll surely buy a parrot. It's so dear me. How will it be if I die and go mere in the garret?
The 1715 Jacobite uprising was in many ways the most disastrous of all, with none of England being conquered and a small part of Scotland being conquered by a Spanish army. Very, very embarrassing. Donald McGillivray, although a lord down in Preston across the wall during the 1715 rebellion, is most likely not the man referred to by this song. Although Donald McGillivray was a real man, the song here is about how every man can be a Jacobite. It doesn't matter if you're a candle maker, a bread maker, or a software designer. All you had to do was stand up, be counted among the many, and die with a smile on your face.
There you go, folks. Old Maid in the Garret from the new album, Times of Trial, and it's got our full extended band on it, that one. So Dom, Archie,
6 of us.
Chris
7.
Lyons on double bass, Rachel's on one track. So yeah, check that out and tell us what you think of that album.
And what was the wee tune in the middle of the song?
Oh yeah, so in the middle of the song was a wee instrumental section, and that is an old traditional tune called the Wee Wee German Lairdy. So if you want to look that one up, there's probably other versions of that as well, out there.
Quite, I remember
Who was the wee wee German lairdy?
the Wee Wee German Lairdy. That was a a not particularly respectable nickname for Prince Albert from people that didn't like him. Queen Victoria's husband. So traditional, but not that old. She died in 1901. Is that right? And so he must have died in the late 1800s sometime. No, quite a long time before her. I can't remember. It's no relevant anyway.
With the Gorms.
It's not relevant anyway. It's fine.
It's a kind of potato, isn't it? A prince, or is that a Duke of York or something? Prince Albert, is that a potato?
No, King Edward.
The Duke of York as well, right?
Oh, I don't know. I've never.
It's
you know
also
who they?
It's a kind of. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you know who they named the sandwich after? The Earl of Sandwich.
Good knowledge.
Did you know that the Earl of Sandwich was blown up in the North Sea on a boat called the Royal James by the Dutchman? Oh, what was his name? Fantastic Dutch seaman blew up the Earl of Sandwich on the Royal James as the flagship of the British Navy, but different Earl of Sandwich, not the one that invented the sandwich.
I suppose there must have been many of them.
Many different Earls.
There may be one now. Does he get lots of emails?
Earl of Sandwich the Third. And I wonder what sandwich the Earl of Sandwich would prefer. Like, what would be his favourite? Can anyone let us know? Do you have old sort of letters from the Earl of Sandwich that reveal such a thing?
Well, you can probably find him on Facebook. You can just ask him.
He's probably into Monster Munch, and in between two white bits of bread.
So that was interesting. That was a good bit there, guys. Really good. You wouldn't think we were 20 odd episodes into this. So Duncan, how are the drive time viewers? Maybe they're coasting home tonight, maybe stuck in a bit of traffic. They're wishing they were back at home instead of having to commute those long journeys into the office. Anything coming through on the airwaves for us on the SMS or the MMS?
Indeed.
Can we hear the the Gormlins, actually. I'd like to be able to get a live feed from their homes.
Everybody cheer after 3. 1, 2, 3.
There we are. Thanks,
They
folks.
are here.
Much
They're in the house.
appreciated.
Amazing.
David Lee Smith says, if you squint your eyes and drink enough whiskey, Jack looks a wee bit like Matthew Broderick. I might
He
have
does,
had
he's let
too
himself
much,
go.
he says. It's not the first actor or
It's not the first
character-
time someone said that. That I look like Matthew Broderick.
Oh, I hadn't realised that. I was
Well,
thinking
one
of
thing
someone else.
people... I've never... See, you know how some people look a lot like someone else? I've never really throughout my life had many people say I look like someone else. It's only when there's somebody in the public eye that looks a wee bit like me, then I suddenly become that for a while. So there was a guy in Game of Thrones that people kept telling me I looked like. And apparently he got his willy cut off on the show, so I don't like that very much.
I think he got his fingers played as well. Sounds incredibly painful.
But what was his name in Game of Thrones?
He was the one for the Stone Islands.
Theon or something.
Theon Greyjoy,
That's it. So apparently I look
Iron
like him.
Islands.
But no one tells... Well, not done any gigs for a while, but... when the last series of Game of Thrones finished, no one said it anymore, so...
Well, now
We'll
they
see.
will again, because you've reminded them. Somebody told me I looked like Pushkin once.
The Russian 19th century author.
Yeah. Two people. Two Latvian women that I used to
Russian
work with.
poetry
said-
scholars.
One of them used to look at me all the time and said, "You look so much like Pushkin, I can't go over it." I was just like, okay. Bizarre.
Who else
was
do you... I
something
don't
to do
know
with
who
the
else
eyes.
you look like, really.
Somebody said I look very good.
Oh.
Very good.
Alexander Pushkin.
Are there any illustrations of him in there? Or...
No, it just says that he was a cuckold who challenged someone to a duel and got killed.
Oh, I'm still alive. It wasn't actually me.
He looked like Pushkin.
I'm,
God,
honestly,
you look
that's
so
what
much
he said.
like Socrates.
I also had Conor McGregor, and that's even less understandable because I'm about half the size
Well,
of
you,
the man.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you've
I
got the
don't
same
think you
figure as
look
Conor
anything
McGregor.
like him.
It was. I don't. It was entirely to do with the fact that
bald
I, had
head
a
and
I had a Mohican at the time, and that was it. That's enough for some people. Oh, are you Conor
You
McGregor?
look more tough than Conor McGregor. You look a bit harder than
No
him.
one has ever said.
like old leather.
No, they haven't.
You look a
A lot
bit
of people
more.
say I look
I
like
would.
Brad
I
Pitt,
would.
you know?
I wouldn't mess with you, but
No, several times.
certain
honestly,
certain
Conor
things
McGregor-
that I would say to
McGregor
him, I
several
would
times.
never say to you, because
Okay, let's get back to the drive time viewers that derailed
well,
there with these wild accusations.
If we've got space in the playlist, David Lee Smith says, "Can we please have cod liver oil and the orange juice? It's one of Duncan's favourites." And you're right, it is. But it's awesome, you know.
let's do that. But I'll tell you what. In exchange for that, it would be nice if I could play a wee tune, Roy's Wife at Aldevalach,
Oh,
because I think that's an underrated Gorms gem that I think more people should get behind, to be honest.
Indeed.
it's actually my favourite.
It is. Here we go. Roy's Wife at Aldevalach.
Roy's wife, oh well, the Valach. Roy's wife, oh well, the Valach. Want her house and cheating me as I can. Oh, are you born, say Roland? Or are you born, say Branchio? Or are you born, say Roland? wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
Davy Gordon O'Carkill
And Johnny Gordon O'Carsalach, watching how she cheated us
as we came o'er the breeze of
Oh,
Balloch.
Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
As we came toddling o'er the brae,
Roy get Belgan thrail of Valach,
when he fee the
faith is
white, she's on the road to Al de
Oh,
Balloch.
Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
As we come in the buck,
Roy get Belgan thrail of Valach,
Roy's wife
Hey,
ripped
wife
with
o'
the wheel,
wheel.
she's welcome him to Al de
Oh,
Balloch.
Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
The ye would call the cabra quaid,
Free Orniston and Tay the Valach.
you only find
Say
this swag a quaid as Roy's wife o' Al de
Oh,
Balloch.
Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
Oh, she is a canty quaid,
And wheel she can dance the Highland
we
Wallach.
tap the tasty tight and clean, it's Roy's wife o' Al de
Oh,
Balloch.
Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of
Her
Valach.
hair's so fair and in so clear,
And we would move so sweet and bonny.
Davy, she ever will be dear, she's been the hump and left her Johnny.
Oh, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze of Valach.
Roy's wife is scarce 16.
Her days is yet of living money.
Rice is all
He's turned again.
She's been the hump and left her Johnny.
Oh, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated me as I came o'er the breeze. Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, Roy's wife o' Al de Valach, watching how she cheated us
As we came o'er the breeze of Balloch.
Well, we'd like to share with you a song now by the great Scottish poet, a man called Jim Weir. The song is called Where Was I Last Night?
The Balloch.
Wise words.
I love Killiecrankie.
Some of my favourite lyrics are in that one. Roy's wife Al de Valach.
Oh, she was a canty quaid.
I can't keep quite.
And oh, she can... What was
Dance
it? She
a
can
Highland
dance a
Wallach.
Highland Wallach. If he tap to tay...
Wheel shall dance. Aye. Titan Queen. It's Roy's wife, Al de Valach. Duncan
Yes.
in New York with Gozilla and Matthew B or Jack Weir. Any comments coming in from our drive time listeners?
Yes, indeed. We had a request for a man's a man from Ken. And he
Oh.
says, gonna start calling you Irregular Dave as much as you like cod liver oil. A reference to a song that I believe Jack is putting on the playlist as we speak and will be in your ears soon.
I'm trying.
Oh no, don't worry, we've got plenty to chat about here while you
I've got-
do the magic.
I think a man's a man might be here as well, so might be able to get that on the go. Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
Ken says, do you know Sandwich was a daft gambler looking for a lucky strike? But how do you get food mixed up with cigarettes?
Oh, oh.
Ooh. Okay, can we delete that from the recorded version?
It's live, Duncan.
Let me see. Caroline says, I love the poems and songs of Burns. Gorms, have you ever sung A Fond Kiss? It's a lovely
I don't
song.
think we have.
We haven't.
No,
We certainly-
there's your answer.
We certainly could.
Well, could we? We've never tried.
Aye, we can.
That's confidence, Duncan. You've got a lot of confidence in yourself.
I never said I was going to
Coming
sing.
soon, Duncan Knight.
But we might do that someday.
Yeah. Maybe in a different arrangement though. Generally people always stick to the traditional version. Have a think about it and see what we can come up with. Let's see. Trisha D. Hall Newland says Duncan has very scholarly friends. Pushkin is quite a reference. Bob and I agree with him after living in Ukraine for a time and seeing his image everywhere. So there you go. Not just them.
You saw Duncan's image everywhere.
That would be a scary thing.
I've been getting, I've been having to get counselling for that.
You can turn the camera off after the stream finishes, though.
It's just all the posters I've got of you up in my wall. On this side, you don't see them.
Amy Hopkinson says, DJ Jack trying out a new mix tonight. That was quite interesting. Kelly Cranky briefly, and then Roy's wife.
Beat matching, they call it, isn't it? Is that not what that is?
Well, that's what they call it when it works.
That's a sign of a good DJ, apparently.
I think there was actually a suggestion for a DJ name for you earlier in the chat. I think it was DJ Slim Jack, aka Theon. Actually, those were two different things. One was David Lee Smith and
DJ Slim Waist or something.
Yeah, was Slim Waisted Jack. That was it. That's from Ken. That was Ken's suggestion. And aka Theon from David. You're friends. You're friends. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I'd get behind Roy's wife. Sounds dodgy. Yeah, especially when she was going to see Simon Cowell. That's not a trip you want to embark on, really, is it?
I forgot that was in the lyrics. Something about Simon Cowell.
I thought that was in the preamble rather than the lyrics.
It was a regular piece of the preamble for several years, yeah.
David says, I love Friday nights. I love Friday nights as well.
Thank you, David. It's good to be
Only
back
time
to
I drink
Fridays.
These days is when I get with my mates, and that is only on these streams these days. So
I maybe need to have a drink of
Cheers.
wine myself.
Cheers.
Ken says the internet acumen of these blokes is astounding. Step me down as a prat. It's so fine a production. We never promised we could make a TV show.
No,
we're just trying to
but-
entertain you until we can entertain you.
Exactly. We're trying our best here. Please, folks. Give us a break.
So David Lee Smith, I didn't know this. David Lee Smith says Kelly Cranky just found out last week that was written by Burns.
Was it?
Or
I've not
collected.
heard that before.
I hadn't heard that either. But Burns, I mean, he did write some stuff, but he also collected a lot more. So it may have appeared in his collection whether he wrote it or not. But thanks for that information.
That's great.
Did you manage to get the track list all?
Yeah, sure. I think we should put on
ironed
another
out?
song, eh?
Indeed.
So we can put on here. Hang on a sec. Yeah, dead air here. Sorry about this. Cod liver oil and the orange juice. Should I stick that on? Let's go.
Good choice.
Well, out of the east there came a hard man. Oh, oh, all the way from Brighton. Glory, hallelujah. Call of it all and the orange juice. Into a pub, come out paralytic. Oh, oh, buckfast and cider. What a hell of a mixture. Call of it all and the orange juice. Does this bus go to the Denison Valley? Oh, oh, I'm looking for the lumber. glory, hallelujah. Calling it all and the iron shoes. Into the dancing, he sees Harry Mary. Oh, oh, the flood of the Gorms. Ah, glory, hallelujah. Calling it all and the iron shoes. He says, "New Mary, are you dancing?" "No, it's just the way I'm standing." Ah, glory, hallelujah. Calling it all and the iron shoes. He says, "Harry Mary, you're one in a million." "Aye, so's your chances." Ah, glory, hallelujah. Calling it all and the iron shoes. He says, "Harry Mary, gotta run you home." "No, I've got a pair of sandals." Ah, hell of fun. Calling it all and the iron shoes. Well, me and Harry Mary can you tell it Danny? Ho ho, it wasn't for the first time. Ah, it wasn't for the last time. Calling it all and the iron shoes. And it comes her mammy, she was gone to the cludgy. Ho ho, I buggered off Shabbos. Ah, glory, hallelujah. Calling it all and the iron shoes. Well, Harry Mary, she's looking for a hard man. Oh no, he's joined the Fallen Legion. Ah, Sahara under a camel. Calling it all and the iron shoes.
Quality.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I hope you're enjoying yourselves wherever you are.
I am. I've got
Gives
my
me great
got my
pleasure
wine
to.
now.
Oh, lovely, Jack. Lovely.
Well, that's
Gives me great pleasure to. Go on, Duncan.
No, you started twice. You started twice. Take the floor, Messiah.
It gives me great pleasure to announce. I don't even care now. It's time for Book Club, a popular returning feature to these Gorm streams. And this week,
there we
Best
are.
bet, obviously. People are well excited.
So this week I got back to Edinburgh and I went to the bookshops and bought a couple of books. The first one I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to show you as a little bit of advice. I'd recommend that you don't get it if you're, well, I mean, it depends what you're into, of course. People like different things. But I picked up this book here, which is called Parallel Worlds. It's got a really ace cover, very, very shiny cover. It says, "The world's coming to an end. Humankind's story is only just beginning." But for me, it's rubbish. You know, it's just about, I don't know even what it's really about, to be honest with you. But there was nothing really that I think you'd be too interested in. Certainly nothing about humankind coming to an end or that. It was sort of science stuff. So I picked up a second book, though, which I think will be popular with the viewers at home. So this is Guide to the Galaxy. And this is an episode guidebook. So normally we're doing sort of conspiracy books and, well, aliens and stuff. and also books about musicals. So I thought, well, since the first one was so disappointing, I'd blend the two sections together. So this is about one of my favorite TV shows. Last week we were talking at great length about Andromeda, and this is about, well, I'm going to give you a running order, actually. There's about 3 different TV shows. So the book itself is written, it's just that it doesn't matter who wrote it. It's a compilation, I suppose. So in third place, this is episode guides. It tells you all the facts about them. 3 different TV shows. In third place, a show that I do quite like, but not as much as the other 2, is Space 1999. And it says in the back here, it says in the back here, Space 1999. It'll be back on BBC next year, so discover what you're in for. And it's in the original production order. Pretty cool. Second place, you'll like this one, Duncan. Star Trek Voyager.
It's not the best Star Trek.
Well, I think it's the best one. And it's got the episode guide to the second series, and it says, it's on BBC Two now, but which episodes should you set the video for? We'll tell you, and highlight some of the cheesiest lines of dialogue this side of
the Delta Code.
And I'm not going to tell you. No, it's actually Babylon 5, because in first place,
brilliant.
And the main reason that I got the book is half the book is an episode guide. If you couldn't guess from the cover, there is the infamous spaceship right on the edge of the Federation, the Human Federation space, Babylon 5. And this is the complete guide to seasons 1, 2, and 3, complete with a guide to the significant arc-affecting events in each story. So if you're a fan of J. Michael Straczynski's work, or Captain Sheridan Sinclair,
The Shadow
it's
Wars.
a book.
Yeah.
It's a book that you must get.
Now,
even if you don't watch it, even if you don't watch Babylon 5.
If you don't watch Babylon 5, just go with Deep Space Nine. It's basically the same thing.
If you don't watch Babylon 5, you should spend most of your time licking toilet seats, because there is no reason to live.
Now, when was that book published? Because
I would
it
guess
seems like
90,
it has a shelf life.
I would guess 98.
It uses the phrase on BBC next year and on BBC Two now. Seems like that kind of information has a shelf life.
They should have thought about that when they wrote it.
Yeah, it's kind of basically pointless after the point of publication. Almost like every piece of electronic equipment you can buy these days.
1996.
Oh.
1996. So we'd have to have like a time machine or maybe Netflix to be able to view these things now.
They're probably all on
them
YouTube.
I've got them on DVD, so it's just as relevant today as it was then.
Fair enough.
I've got them on VHS as well. But
I remember that collection. It's massive.
It is, isn't it?
In case you wanted to get that. In case you wanted to watch 2 episodes at once, you can watch your VHS one and your DVD.
So that's book club for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was quite excited to bring you that one.
That was good. And I think, that's people tend to take our book recommendations very seriously, and I'd imagine that one will be in the Tesco top 10.
The Guide to the Galaxy. Awesome. Really awesome. Okay, great. Well, I'd love to hear what the viewers think, but maybe in the meantime, we should set our dilithium crystals to stun and play some more tracks.
So what was the other... there was a request, wasn't there?
There was. Ken asked for... Well, I think Caledonia may have been mentioned earlier, but he requested...
Let's take the first one. A man's a man.
If you don't get to hear what you'd like to hear, go to...
Gorms at bandcamp.com.
Bandcamp.com, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you donate some money to the Gorms, they might play what you want to hear. Learn a verse.
And then he'll forget it again and make it up differently every time. So if you come to every gig, it'll be new every night.
I'm sorry you froze there, Duncan. I didn't hear that, but I don't think it matters.
All right, so here we go. We're going to listen to A Man's a Man by Robbie Burns.
Is there for honest poverty that hangs his heed, and that the coward slave will pass him by? We dare be poor for all that, for all that, and all that, our toils obscure, and all that. The rank is but the guinea stamp, the man's the gowd for all that. What though unhamely fair we ride, with hand grave and all that, he fools their silks, knaves their wine, a man's a man for all that, for all that, and all that, their tinsel show, and all that, the honest man, though e'er simple, is king of men, for all that. You see on Barkey Carolord, Westruts and States, and all that, though hundreds worship at his word, he's but a cuff, for all that, for all that, and all that, his ribbon star, and all that, the man o' independent mind, he looks and laughs at all that. A prince can mark a belted knight, a marquis shook, and all that, but an honest man's upon his plight, good fate him all before that, for all that, and all that, their dignities, and all that, the pathos, sense, and pride of work, a higher rank than all that. Well, let us pray that come it may, as come it will, for all that sense and worth, or other sort, shall bear the grave, and all that, for all that, and all that, it's coming yet, for all that, when man to man the world o'er, shall brothers be, for all that.
Cracking.
Woo!
Did you enjoy that one, Stewart?
Aye.
David has a question for you. I see you've taken your hat off now.
Okay, I'll put it back on, sorry. We lost viewers.
David's asking, which house does the sorting hat say you belong to? He guesses Slytherin, and Ken reckons it's Hufflepuff. Daniel Spee says it's more like that you are the sorting hat. Can you enlighten us?
I don't know what they're talking about, Duncan.
Oh, nice hat though.
Thank you.
It is a cool hat.
He is
I
the
don't know.
sorting hat. So there you go.
I don't know. It's a wizard's hat.
A wizard's hat, but not a
Yeah.
wizard's cuff.
Generic wizard's hat.
Generic, even better. Did you get that also the day after Halloween?
No. I bought this because I was going to a murder mystery party, and I had to be a wizard, unsurprisingly. So, I didn't do it. I was innocent, but I fooled them, and they thought it was me probably because of this hat, beguiling hat of +1 charm.
That's a pretty good hat.
I hope that answers the question. I'm not sure what it was you're asking about. If I was slimy or something, but I am
Slithery.
Okay, well, in that
Slithery,
case,
yeah.
you can take that hat off and put on the Andy Stewart hat.
Oh, okay.
We have
Is
a
it
question
Andy
for-
Stewart or Auntie
It's,
Stewart?
well, either. Whatever floats your boat, Jack.
Who said Dinky Doo again? It wasn't Andy Stewart.
Was that one of the Crankies?
I think it was Scotty McClue. Dinky Doo.
Yeah.
What
that's
was
right.
it? Aye. He was some boy.
Anyway, I'm here. Hello.
Annie Stewart, have you seen the film Professor Marston and the Wonder Women? Or women? No, women.
Not really an
Intriguing
Andy
cinema
Stewart
based on a true
question.
story of lie detectors.
That was just a Stewart question.
Well, we're not there yet. Intriguing cinema based on a true story of lie detectors, polygamy, bondage, and the inception of the DC's Wonder Woman character. I'd like your opinion on these
Wow.
topics.
Whoa.
Okay, so what's the first one? Lie detectors. Yeah. Well, as a renowned agony aunt, in the past we did use lie detectors to clear things up. However, quite a big scandal emerged. I believe it was maybe one before COVID, where popular agony aunt and general helper of humanity called Jeremy Kyle, he unfortunately had a very unfortunate event with a lie detector. So as a result, for me, lie detectors, they're a thing of the past.
I like the way your video broke up there.
The question.
It just adds to the weirdness when it goes.
You didn't miss a lot.
Okay,
There we are.
so
What else was the question? Something about polygamy.
Yeah, polygamy, bondage, and the inception. I've not seen this film. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. No.
No,
It's
I
about
saw
about the creation of Wonder Woman.
Well, it says the inception, but I'm wondering what he means by that.
I saw Inception. I had to go and watch that on a date. It
Oh no, what's happening?
wasn't very good again. But polygamy. What is polygamy again, Jack? You probably know that.
I think it's been married to
Is that
multiple
when
people.
you have Mormons?
Say that again?
Yeah, Mormons. Well, there's a lot of good Mormons out there. Mormons.
Right.
Amish was it?
I
One of the
think-
two.
I think-
One of the American German things.
Yeah, I think Mormons can be married to multiple partners.
Not legally. Not legally.
Not
Okay.
legally.
Anyway,
Well, we're getting into
we
tricky
might be
territory
getting
here.
massively off topic.
What's the topic? I'm not even sure.
Top is, what does Andy Stewart think of all these things?
Okay.
So I give it 2 thumbs up. All of that sounds pretty good. Polygamy, bondage, and Wonder Woman as well. Wonder Woman,
Okay,
fantastic.
Very good. We got to the end of that. Now, where are we?
Dinky Doo.
Dinky Doo. Now we're on to the Star Trek. See, the problem is when we play tracks,
Hallelujah.
the chat moves on without us. James Tiberius Kirk rules, says David Lee Smith.
Indeed.
Ken reckons that Jean-Luc eats his lunch. But everybody eats their lunch, don't they? Because what else would you do?
So who was the guy? Who was the Star Trek Enterprise?
Oh, Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
Captain
who-
Archer.
Was that Captain Archer? Okay.
Jonathan Archer, indeed. But he's no worth mentioning other than to say he was the first one. David says, named our second son after Dr. McCoy.
Really? Cheers to that.
I'm trying to figure out what the connotations could be. There's Bones, there's Leonard, obviously. It's Leonard McCoy, isn't it? Or am I thinking of the actor's name?
Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard, no, I'm okay. DeForest Kelly.
What
was the
kind of
actor's
Star
name.
Trek
He had a
fan
great
are you?
album. Leonard
No,
Nimoy.
but the first name of Dr. McCoy, was it not Leonard McCoy? I know that Leonard Nimoy was Spock, but I'm saying the actor's name. The character's name, rather. Let's forget about about Star Trek.
The
We need to
real
have Google
McCoy.
open while we do this and get all
Oh,
the
yeah.
answers.
You can just ask the internet anything, it tells you the answer. Forgot.
And it'll look like we're really smart and we know everything.
Do you remember when Dr. McCoy was at the end of Spaceballs and the alien came out? That was brilliant.
No, I don't remember that. That's a
He
shame.
was like James James Hunt. No, John Hurt. Remember John Hurt in Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the android, wasn't he?
Nah, he's the one where the alien bursts out of him.
I used to do this in school all the time. Help, teacher. Punny for that. Punny Eke.
So there we go.
Should we play some...
Is that all the comments gone?
No. Ken says the 2 thumbs up proves you're wide or a polygamist. So Andy Stewart.
Where are they going up? Yeah, okay.
So I was thinking. So we do have another few other pieces of music tonight. This next one's. I think we had got someone asked for it last week. The Green Fields of France, and this was recorded at the same gig the first track was recorded at, in the Fiddlers in Bonn in Germany.
Very sad song, this one, so we'll have to be a bit more respectable when we come back, I think.
Indeed. It's by Eric Bogle, isn't that right?
It is.
From Dundee.
So here we go, the Green Fields of France.
Forever enshrined, the heights of Glasgow. play the five melody, did the rifles fire high as they lowered you down. Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes lay the flowers of the forest? The sun shines down on the clean fields of France. The wind through the grass makes the red poppies dance. The trenches are vanished all under the plough. No gas, no barbed wire, there's no gunfire now. Over here in this graveyard it's still no man's land, and the countless white crosses in mute witness stand. To man's blind indifference to his fellow man, and a whole generation that was butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fifer lowly? Did the rifles fire high as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?
Beautiful song. Beautiful song.
There we are.
I hope we did it justice.
Willie McBride.
I hope so too. And you can. He's kind of in the background. Well, the two of us are. I can see you and Stu, but Dom was there with us, and let me see. Was it Daniel or was it Malta? Malta Kemmerling says, "Really like it when there is some banjo in your songs." Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's
DD with us.
Dominic Blakey. Check out his music as well. He's got his own stuff, but he's the one that plays the banjo on our tracks. If he's watching now, he really should leave a comment to let us know. Occasionally appears in the chat. DB.
He does occasionally. I haven't seen him so far tonight. Right, now we were trying to figure out Dr. McCoy's name. It is Leonard McCoy. The actor's DeForest Kelly, and I've lost it again. David did reply. Caroline said, "No, I did not call my child Leonard." Fair enough. The actual name is Cully, by the way. I just don't know his full name. My son's name is Cully DeForest Lee Smith. A good lad. So there you go. DeForest, as in DeForest Kelly, aka Leonard McCoy. Leonard Bones McCoy. Oh, Star Trek's going round in my head now. I'm confused about everything else.
Wonder what you're going to be watching tonight.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, if it's Voyager, I'll tell you which episodes to look out for.
Skip to the
Do we have any more comments that we need to get to here, Duncan? Because I've almost run out of whiskey, and the shop will be closing.
Oh dear, oh dear. Ken says, "You lads make my week so much brighter.
Cheers.
A fine song and outstanding singer. Wish I was there." David agrees. What a beautiful song. Green Fields of France. This is why people write songs. It's lovely.
It is.
And so you guys are probably aware of Eric Bogle, and I was asking Jack earlier, I don't think we ever did this, but it may have been discussed many moons ago. There's another song that he did called The Band Played Waltzing Matilda, which is another kind of anti-war ballad. So if you don't know that song as well, check it out. Eric Bogle, I think he's still alive, is he? He lives in Australia now, I know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or he moved to Australia. He emigrated to Australia. Anyway, a lot of people think it's a traditional or a Corrie song. It isn't. Written in the 60s by a guy from Dundee called Eric Bogle.
There you go.
David says, "Okay, we got back from the homeland a few days ago and I just can't get used to all this concrete. I need the Cairn Gorms.
Well, David, we enjoyed your video last week with the sword and shield. You can take our Gorms. No, you can take, what is it? You can take our Fridays.
You can take our Friday nights, but you can never take our Gorms. Because last week we were on Saturday.
That's right. Big mistake that, we've got a really low turnout.
Yeah, well, Fridays from now on.
Well, there's 10 people.
Have spoken.
10 people watching, and one of them's me. So
Tonight, come on, people. I bet not even everyone who's watching has liked the video. I tell you that.
Sick.
Well, I don't understand why, because Gormy, I think Gormy suggested to everyone at the start.
And you can't ignore him.
Can't ignore
the authority figure of the Gorms. What's that? I can hear some pouring. What's that you're drinking?
Oh, it's I never spoke about this earlier. It's Innocent Gun.
Ah.
Oh, Innocent Gun.
Innocent Gun.
They're quite expensive, Duncan.
Oh, these are quite.
We're not paid by them.
These are a good price. And tasty. And I'm not getting paid by them, so I'm going to stop referring to how much I like it.
Okay.
Until they give you some money.
Fair point. Do we have any more comments that we need to get through? Jack, also in the Arctic studio, have you got more tracks you want to get to tonight?
I think I've got another song that we could play for sure. It depends on. What, do you want to do the song first, or should we get some chat going?
Yeah, let's get these comments. Let's get through this wall of text that's coming in from Drive Time viewers.
I thought Duncan was frozen, but he's just sort of like looking a bit weird and not moving. Looks a bit frightened. I don't know what it was. It's kind of like.
Well, would you not be frightened? I've got flaming Godzilla behind me here.
Matthew Broderick sneaking up behind you.
That's even worse. Well, I don't know. It sounds like Ken and David and Caroline are all getting together in autumn.
All right.
But I think that conversation may be between them.
So polygamy chat.
I suggest.
Okay.
I suggest more music.
Let's do some more music. So I thought we'd put on a song called Roy's Wife Aldevalach for the second time tonight. So Bonnie Ship the Diamond. I don't think I've played that one so far.
That's a good shout.
Great.
I love that song.
Here we are.
One of my favourites.
The Diamond is a ship, me lads, for the Davis Straits is bound, and the care is all garnished with the bonny lasses round. Captain Thompson gives the order to sail the ocean wide, where the sun it never sets, me lads, nor darkness dims the sky. So it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, it goes hunting for the whale. Along the quay at Peterhead, the lasses stand around, with their saltsails blown about them and their coat-tails running down. Don't you climb a bonny with us, though you'll be left behind, for the rose will grow and Greenland's ice before we change our minds. So it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, it goes hunting for the whale. Here's a health to the Resolution, likewise the Eliza Swan. Here's a health to the Rattler, Roman Trolls, the Diamond Ship of Fame. We'll wear the coat-tails of the white and the jackets so the blue. When we return to Peterhead, we'll haste sweethearts anew. So it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, it goes hunting for the whale. Aye, it'll be bright both day and night when the green nomads come home, with a ship that's full of oil, me lads, and money to our name. We'll make the cradles for the rock, the denim for a tear, and every lass in Peterhead sings, hush by my dear. So it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, it goes hunting for the whale. So it's cheer up, me lads, let your hearts never fail, for the bonny ship, the Diamond, it goes hunting for the whale. So it's cheer up, me lads, that your heart's never failed. For the bonny ship, the diamond, it goes hunting for the whale.
There we go.
I'm enjoying this this incestuous chat amongst the Gormlings, Duncan.
Indeed. Adam and Eve and Adam's friend, or Eve's friend, are all going to get together in Edinburgh, apparently.
Is that the snake?
The snake, I don't think the snake was anyone's friend.
Samael.
Just a bit of a rebel who fell down.
So we're kind of we're winding down now, I think, aren't we?
We are. I mean,
so.
we're getting towards the end of the show.
The grand finale. What have we got planned for the grand finale?
Hunting for the whale. Oh God, that's an evocative song. I do really like that one. With the story, what's the story again? Do the ships go up to the North Atlantic and get struck by icebergs, or sail into them, I suppose?
Yeah, I think, if memory serves right, the song was written in 1828 about a sailing journey that was scheduled to take place and did take place in 1830 to go to, if I remember right, it was Melville Bay. And they got there a week early. There was 25 ships left northeast of Scotland Harbour, and maybe 2 or 3 came back. And the hands were lost, including a bosun who wrote the words to the song. Well, just call it a day there on that depressing note, you know.
But was this the actual song, or was it just a tribute?
No, it wasn't.
That came a couple of years ago.
Ah.
As the legend goes, as the myth goes, you know, it was the actual, the original track.
Because McPherson's rant was like that as well. McPherson was said to have written this little tune and played it on the fiddle before they hanged him, or hung him.
But it's not the song that's actually written down, though, is it? It was something.
No, it's just a tribute. The one that we sing is just a tribute to that. It's not the actual song.
Oh yeah, Bible's not real. Play it again, Jack.
Ken says Stephen Colbert was right. This is the year of shanties.
Or shandies.
And shanties.
I wonder, because. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to ask today. At this time, anyway, in Scotland, and anyone in our time zone, it's the 7th of May, which we've already flagged for being significant for one reason, but maybe, I'm sure Kenny can fire in this, and anyone else that's watching from the States. Apparently in America, it's National No Pants Day. Is that true?
And that's...
by pants, we mean trousers, obviously.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's very different in America to here.
Yeah, here it would be like Go Commando or like National Kilt Day, as opposed to National Don't Wear Your Trousers Day, which is just a bit odd, really.
Well, with the wonders of internet cameras, I can tell you it's normally No Pants Day on my end, both American and British style. Not a problem when your upper body's visible, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
No lower body.
You got a high window ledge, have you? Well, I think
Happy No Pants Day.
Happy No Pants
Day. To everyone out there.
Probably a good idea not to send any pictures.
No. Don't take pictures with anything connected to the internet.
Remember when you had to go to the photo developers? If you wanted to send a picture of your willy to somebody, you'd have to take a photo.
The first part.
Go to like Jessop's, get it developed, and then post it in the mail. there's some point there where you think this is a bad idea. Well,
but then when they
finale.
hand over the photos to you, they give you a wee wink. You know.
They give you a score out of 10. Or a wee gold star or a smiley face.
May I just say, very nice photos, Mr. Knight. Very nice photos.
Yeah, what kind of weirdo are you if you're still going to Jessup? You're just going for the gold star at that point. Like me. Well, on that note, folks, we're going to have to call it a night here. I'm going to have to run down to the garage and buy a bottle of liquor. Obviously, the garage doesn't sell alcohol, but if you know the guy, he does sell alcohol. So I'm going to head down there before 10 o'clock, get myself, I think, a small bottle of whiskey this evening and drink that. This is probably the last night I'll be drinking, though, boys.
Interesting.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Not sure I believe it.
Yeah.
Only time recently I've had any booze is when I've seen yous, and I'm still drinking on my own.
It's the only way to cope, really, when we see each other.
Agreed. Well, thanks again to everyone who's tuned in this evening, to the thousands in attendance, the millions watching from home, and the 10 viewers that we have at the moment. I hope you all have a wonderful week. We're going to be back next Friday at the same time. Send us any emails that you possibly want to. We had quite a lot of junk email this week that we didn't get to, so maybe next week we'll get through a few of those. We'll look forward to the return next week of a teasing by night. Am I right in saying there's going to be a teasing by night?
Is it just me that can't hear what's going on?
I can hear. I can hear. Oh, it's just it must have just cut out for you there when he said that thing that meant you had to do something.
I got to say, this is, I think, no, you're not supposed to do anything, Duncan. Put your pants back on. But this has probably been the best show that we've done yet, and I can only anticipate the next week is going to be even better. Also, shout out to our longtime nemesis, Acoustic David, who said some slanderous things about us this week in the press. Needless to say, the Archbishop of Canterbury the Archbishop of C was right on his case, fighting the good fight. So it's good that we got the Anglicans on our side. Jack, you got anything to add to that before we pass over to the man with the plan, Duncan Knight, for the big send-off?
Not really. I would just say thanks again for tuning in. We really appreciate all the Gormlins, and I can play you out with the theme tune to Take the High Road, which is always the highlight of the show for me.
Take the Gorm Road.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's... Can you watch episodes of that on YouTube?
Is it not back on telly?
I doubt it.
I think
it's on BitChute, brand YouTube.
I'm sure I've seen it.
UK Gold or something.
Unless it's it could be that, or it could be a documentary about it. But I think it's back on STV.
There's a new documentary about Take the High Road out at the cinema. It's great. You should
it's
go
the
see
only
it.
thing on STV to watch that isn't The Chase. Or that's on Challenge now anyway, so you know.
Award-winning documentary.
Anything else to add, Duncan, before we roll Take the High Road again?
In the words of Bill and Ted,
Pushkin.
Be excellent to one another. Wild Stallions.
Have you seen the new Bill and Ted?
I haven't.
There is a new one.
Oh.
We'll talk about it once we go off the air, okay?
Maybe we can talk about it next week for an hour and a half.
Good night, everyone.
We'll see you later.
Good night.